What that mainly talks about, which this whole preaching part is going to talk about, is missionary work. I know I talked about this before, but it's a very important part of being a Christian and bringing others in, which is like this service is technically missionary work because we're bringing others into the house of the Lord and we're teaching them the word. You don't need to look for the verse now. But what I learned about this since we started our class and since we have been learning since we were younger is that missionary work is talking to others. Like, let's just say back then they used to do missionary work, which is there's a lot of examples. There's Paul, there's Jesus, there's Timothy, there's a lot of them. And most part about this is back then they didn't have the technology that we have now. Back then they weren't able to just text somebody or be like, yo, come to church. Or somebody like, we have kultu today. Can you please come? We're going to talk about the word, and we're going to try to spread that around. We can't just call each other back then. But, like, back then, Jesus had to walk miles and miles just to get to a church. Well, they might not even be able to accept him. And he would just talk about the word of the Lord, and he'll spread it around to many other people. And Paul did that, and he got, I don't know if you guys know, if you guys read about it, but Paul did that, and when he did it, he went to jail. He stayed there with his brother, and back then, they weren't able to do that. Like, now, we can literally just text people, bring them, yo, come to church. In school, we can talk to people. Anywhere that we technically really go, like, let's just say we went yesterday, it's off the wall. We could have just talked there to people and talked to them like, yo, come to church. This is the word of Jesus. This is what we're doing. This is what we're learning about. And as like, we all know Jesus is coming, right? None of us know the time. It's been years and years. None of us know the time. And most likely, like, we don't even know when he's coming. Like, we could literally just be doing the worst thing in the world, sitting like, oh, all right. Oh, they're going to rob the store. Should I go? No. I'm going to have time. Jesus is not coming now, is he? It's not like we can choose, but we have a choice. God put us here, so we have a choice. So we have our choice to do good, follow the right path, spread the word to others, or go to the wrong way. Pecca, sin. Not follow the right way. And not learn the word that we have been learning since we were younger. And since the ones that learned since we were young, we should take the word that we've been learning and pass it on to others. Like, my dad has been teaching me this since I was a little kid. To every friend that you have that has been having like family problems, or like their dad passed away, or they're in the hospital having troubles, go talk to them, bring them to church. Maybe God will help him. And I'm not saying this just because my dad's a pastor. Most of us, all of us actually, have that choice to spread the word around and talk to others, like in school, anywhere else basically. Like, even in church, people have been sinning. And I'm pretty sure that's a bigger sin than normal sins. But as we all know, sins don't have a size. Even if they're little, they're big, they all have a size. And if, let's just say, I was out with my friends. We were at a store, and cops are right there. I have the choice, oh, let's go in. Or I have the choice telling them, dude, cops are right there. You're going to get in trouble. You're sinning. God comes right now. You're not going to heaven. To be honest with you, I don't know the word, but you're going straight to hell. And sins aren't like a typical thing, but as we all have been seeing, even on TV shows, like, everything is bad right now. We see people sitting on TVs. Oh, it's okay to curse. Oh, it's okay to say bad words. Oh, it's okay to bully him. He doesn't really matter. Life is life. We're talking about someone's life being thrown away. It most likely is, well, it's actually really a sin, because loss of a life isn't worth anything in this world. And talking about missionary work is mainly about taking away depression, talking about other people, as most of us actually pass through depression. And it's pretty bad. It's a terrible feeling. And when you don't really understand the word of the Lord, and you know that if you kill yourself, like commit suicide, you're obviously going to go straight to hell, because that says it in the Bible. It's a sin to kill yourself, or you're going straight down. And like, it's not worth it. I have many friends that try to kill themselves over the phone with me, and I had to talk to them. I had to go to their house and bring them to church and pray with them. Like, I tried killing myself when I was younger. It was in Brazil. I got so depressed over like my grandpa and the problems that my family has been having, and like that we have been going through, that I actually tried to commit suicide. My sister tried to commit suicide. There was one time that the devil actually tried her so hard that she was in the bathroom and a cat was at the window and it started talking to her. And it was like, if you don't do this and that, I'm gonna kill you and bring you to hell. Well, my dad started talking to her, started preaching to her, started talking about the word, and started spreading that around. But like, as I said, missionary work isn't just, oh, I'm coming to church, I'm bringing my friends with me. Nah, you need to come to church, set an example, and teach others how your Christianity life is supposed to be going through and how they should be going through. Like, me, myself, I don't think I've been setting a good example, but I have been trying my best to set to others and to help others out when like something happens wrong. Like, we all sin here, and people think that's a normal thing to do, but as we all know, sin's a sin. We can't do that either way. We can't be like playing around with it. Like, I curse. Oh, it was just a word. It doesn't really matter. Nah, it's still a sin. And like, most of us curse, most of us do sins, most of us has done bad things that we don't even want to talk about. But like, was it worth it? I bet y'all regret it now, right? I regret my things that I have done wrong. Like, being a filho de pastor isn't just being here at cultos every day. I have to set an example for you guys, and like, I learned from you guys too. As Pablo taught me and Jesus taught me, as missionary work is supposed to go through, we're supposed to bring others to church. That's what Plus One Night is for. Bringing others into church, talking to them, not letting them do the bad things, not letting them go through things that is not right for their life. Like, God has chosen everyone's life here. If you're here now, there's a reason. If you're here now, you have a future. God's thinking it through. It could be the worst times or the best times, God's thinking it through. Like, I have been going through bad problems. All you got to do is get on your knees and talk to Him. Like I said, preaching is also a missionary work. Jesus used to do it. Paul used to do it. They all tried doing it back in the days. And most part that I would like get touched by would be that they did it mainly knowing the troubles that they could go through, but they knew that their God is bigger, that they could go through that, and after their life, they're just going up there and living the afterlife better than theirs here. So certainly, everything that you're doing here, everything that you're thinking it through, that's going through in your life, that's happening, that's bad, it's all gonna pass by. Like, this is the devil's world, but we're taking over. Our God is bigger. We won the war. But a palavra de Jesus is supposed to be set, is supposed to be delivered. Like, I'm here today doing missionary work. I'm here to talk about this word that we all should be reading every day, or at least praying 3 times a day. Like, we all know, morning, before lunch, before bed, right? That's how we all do it. That's how we're all supposed to do it. Not praying really technically is a sin, but it's just your choice if you want to talk to God or not. Like Pablo taught us in one lesson that sitting down there or on my knees talking to God or on my knees just praying with him and asking him for things isn't going to work out. I need to sit there, have a conversation with him, be like, God, please, I need to talk to you. I need your help. Guide me. That's how it's supposed to go. I'm not supposed to just be there. Jesus, por favor, just give me. I want everything. That's not how it goes. He loves us. We love him too, but he's not just going to keep on doing you lots of favors. Like, we're supposed to honor him. He's the God here. But most of the time, all the time, we're going to be talking about how to talk to others, how to learn how to teach others, how to learn how to set an example for others. Like, I've been trying to learn this my whole life. How do I set an example for older kids? How? I'm an Adolescente. They're asking me to set an example for Chagas. How do I do that? Being a pastor's son isn't a good thing. Well, it is a good thing, but it's a hard thing to accomplish. Like, every culto, I come here, I pray, I do my thing, listen to louvor, watch the whole culto. But I could be doing that and just going back out there and doing everything else that's terrible. What's the point of coming to church, doing everything right here, and then when you leave those doors, you do everything terribly? There was a point in my life where I had like deep depression, and Pablo and Chesu helped me out with that. But Pablo was a leader of the Chagas, and I was just learning more about how to like be guided and asking people how to be guided, and just looking at the examples that my dad has been teaching. But as like, we all know that Pastor is here to teach us, to guide us. Like, we're his ovejas and he's our pastor, and he's gonna be teaching us about how to like follow the right path and setting an example and teaching others how to do the right way, as like others in the past weren't able to do, but they tried their best knowing that it's not correct. Like, there's people right now being killed just because they want to read a book. There's people now being killed just because they want to tell other people this word. And we're here freely being able to talk to the Lord, getting on our knees, praying, louvando his name, doing everything that we want. And others out there don't have that choice. This work is what God has been teaching us and what God has trying to guide us through this whole life. He made our life easier. In the future, it will probably be easier, because their life in the past wasn't right. They would have to walk, ride horses, just to talk to others. Now we can literally just send a text message. We can just call. We can literally just email this book. There's an app for it. People back then had to work, had to do everything, had to be slaves. And we now have the choice to do anything we want, and we choose the wrong way. For what? What? Going to parties, oh, I'm just gonna have fun. If you're going to a party, most likely you're gonna do bad things. No, you're obviously gonna do bad things. As I learned, and as we all learned since we were young, because we all have been obviously going to church since we were youngers, right? We all have been learning the Bible. We all have been reading the Bible. Most of us have been taking this for a joke. Like, most of us wouldn't even care to be here right now, because we know we're missing a lot. But as most of us take this serious and knows that going up there is independently, and we all need to learn more, we all need to talk more about this word. As my dad told me, as Pablo and Chesu taught me, that we're not going up there because of other people. Pablo can't just go up there and be like, oh, he's a good kid. Yeah, he's a good kid. He's been doing all his good things since he was young. No, we're going to go up there God's going to have our book in his hands. And he's going to have the whole story planned out for us. Or it's either you do your good things, you brought people to church, you did your missionary work, you did your part, and you're doing the correct things for others. Or either you're just playing around, taking life slow, taking it as a joke. Like most rich people right now, like all the rappers and stuff, they're taking life for granted. Like literally, there's no point of life. They're giving away their souls to the devil. They're praying the devil. There's people right now doing macumba in Brazil that are probably just killing other people. There's people doing sacrifices to kill somebody for other lords. Like we all know we only have one God, right? Everybody knows that? We can't just worship another God. That's in the Ten Commandments. And we have been learning, and lots of us probably has been teaching and learning even more. But if you read this word at least like 3 times a day, you could bring this word to others. You could teach it to others. As most of us has been talking to others in school as, oh, I'm popular, I have all these friends. What's the problem of telling one friend, yo, come to church with me? What are they gonna do? They're gonna laugh at you? That's even worse. Oh no, I don't want to go to church. That's lame. Oh no, I don't want to go to church because my friend's not gonna be there today. You don't come to church because we're here. You don't come to church that, oh, my friend's there, so I'm gonna go. What's the point of coming to church if you're just going to sit down and talk to a friend? You should go to a park for that. Here, we're here to worship the Lord. We're here to talk about his name. We're here to talk about what he has done in the past. Like Jesus came here to kill himself. He had his planned out. To come here, teach others how to live. Because obviously they were doing bad things as they're doing now. But this generation has become worse. Because all we do now is stay on our phones and do bad things like Instagram or Snapchat, and just post things that are mean to others, drama and stuff. But nobody has been taking this serious. Nobody has been taking this serious. But what most of you need to think about is coming out here and learning what they're preaching about. Coming out here and learning what he's teaching us. Like we're going in class for a reason. He's gonna teach us most parts about talking to others, or teaching others, or learning from others, or setting an example for others. But the hard part about that is talking to the people that you know. Like me, sometimes I get scared to talk to other people, because I have a feeling that like they're gonna reject me or expose me or do anything bad like that. That's what most of you fear, right? But what's the point of fearing that if you know if God's better? If you know he's bigger? And if you know he can teach you more? Is time here? A palavra do Senhor foi feita para ser espalhada. It was made to teach others and guide others how their life should be. How you're supposed to teach others is you're supposed to learn more. Like Pablo told me, I was talking to him earlier. I was like, what do I preach about? What do I talk about? And then the first thing that came to my mind was missões. Because this work is missões. What we do in school is supposed to be missões. We're learning from others and passing it on. Like others say, we're the next generation. We're supposed to learn and pass it on. And how life has been going right now, I don't think none of us are doing that. Mainly since the fact that we're all scared to teach others, to talk to others, because they think that they're gonna be like uncool about it. Like, yo, that's not cool. Can you please like back up? Or like, I don't like that. I don't like Jesus. Like I seen a video on Instagram that a guy burned a Bible. You seen that, right? He burned a Bible. He was talking, he said, oh, Jesus is not real. Because most of the time when I get on my knees, I don't hear his voice. What's the point of getting on your knees, talking to God, and coming up here and not doing nothing, not worshiping Him, not thinking about Him, not talking to Him? You're getting on your knees, that's just a conversation. He's supposed to sit down right next to you and talk to you. He's watching every single thing that we do. He's teaching us technically. That little thought that you have in the back of your head every time that you do something wrong, that's Him. Every time that you're learning something that's bad and you want to do it in the future, that dude right there in the back says, no, don't do it. That's Him. I've learned that everything that we have been learning our whole life is something that we're going to have to use in the future. And the word of the Lord is most part of that, because it teaches us how to live. It teaches us how to talk to others. It teaches how to bring others. And it teaches us how to go up to heaven. And missionary work is a part of that, because we're going to be teaching others about this word. We're going to be teaching others of how they should live, and we're going to be talking about what God did. Missionary work was one of the main things that God did when He was on this world. He taught others how to live. He preached to others the word that was in this book. He wrote a lot of things in this book. And I'm pretty sure that all the milagis that we all have been hearing have been happening. And He's been using us. Like, every time someone preaches, He's using you. He's there in your mind telling you what to say. Most of the times when we want that to happen, and we have been studying and talking about what He has been doing, teaching others what He did, and others are probably most likely going to come here, talk to Jesus, learn more, and Jesus will help them and teach them how to live, teach them how to act. And we will learn, like, we have teachers here so we can learn more. Because if we read the Bible at our age and we don't understand that, we have Bible, we have Chagas here to give us a lesson and show us how. They'll explain it for us. Like a versículo I used to read with my dad, and he would teach me more. Because I would read it and I'd be so confused because the words are so big. Like, let's just say Esther. I'm reading the book of Esther. And I'm reading that, and I'm just reading all big words. And he's like, son, look at them briefly. Check them out the way that they're supposed to be looked at. See the way that she's supposed to be teaching you. Most things that they've done in the past were all milagris, and all the things that happened in the past, Jesus, that what He did and what He taught us from what He did would be unexplainable. Like, He made a blind guy see. He made people that their legs were broken, made them walk. Back then they just didn't have doctors. Like, now we have doctors, we have technology, we have everything that we need to do missionary work. What's the point? We're learning all about this, talking all about this, but never spreading that around. While you're in school, if you have a friend that's out there and they have problems, they're thinking about committing suicide, they're thinking about depression and how their life has been going through, sit down, talk to them, and tell them, Jesus loves you. Because as most of us know in here, we know that Jesus loves us. And we know not to sin, and we know what's not to do. Like, baptismo, as we're going to have on the second time, we all know here what's right, what's wrong, what we can do, what we can't do. But most of us decide the wrong way. Like, I had made bad choices in the past. We all had made bad choices in the past. but God gave us a choice when He left us here. So we have the choice of succeed, follow the right path, go up there with Him, and we have the side of not doing nothing, not following the right path, not reading the Bible, not praying, not spreading the word, not teaching others. What does that give us? Nothing. You're not going to learn nothing. You're not going to talk. You're probably going to talk about something, but you're not going to talk about what God's word is. You're not going to teach them of how their life should be, how they should be talking to others, how they should be teaching others, or how they should be acting with others. But as the Palabra says, we all should be spreading the word around, doing missionary work, and talking to others. And I hope that you all received that message and understood what missionary work is, and that in the future you will talk to a friend, teach a friend, or even teach them how to act or talk to them the right way and help them out. But just try that. Try talking to your friend. Try teaching them. Try showing them this word. Try reading it to them. Try doing misiones. I would like all of you to come up here so we could pray. Everybody close their eyes.